Miss Faith's Earth Science class. Today we're learning about earthquakes. This week in class we're learning about different things that occur on the Earth's surface. So yesterday we learned about volcanoes. I highly recommend that you go back and watch that video. We did a little bit of a fun science fair type volcano experiment. So today we're going to talk about earthquakes. And since I don't have any experiments that I can do to show you earthquakes, we are going to do a triangulation of where an earthquake occurred on a map that I've created. I'll go ahead and show my screen. What you're looking at now, I'll give it a second to pull up. What you're looking at now is a map of the United States. In this example, we're going to say that an earthquake occurred somewhere in the United States and they felt it in 3 different places. They felt it in Arizona, they felt it in Colorado, and they felt it in Texas. And all of those were at different strengths. So let's talk first about how we measure how strong an earthquake is. Start off with this infographic that I liked. Earthquakes are measured primarily on what we call the Richter scale. It's a scale from 1 to 10 that's used for measuring earthquakes, and it's measured using scientific tools that they have all around the earth. They're very expensive, but I don't have one to show you guys. But essentially what they do is they measure on a scale of how many pounds are moved, how much impact that earthquake had on the earth in whatever location that they've set that tool in. And then once they figure out those pounds, they rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. So really, really low earthquakes that maybe moved 100 pounds would be a 2. You typically wouldn't even feel a 2 if it happened on Earth. This is a good example. It says that a moderate lightning bolt striking the ground would feel like a level 2 earthquake, whereas all the way up at a 10, that would move 123 trillion pounds. That would absolutely destroy anything that was in that area if they had a level 10 earthquake. It'd knock down buildings, it would crack open the earth. Level 10 earthquakes are absolutely catastrophic. Most of them fall somewhere in between there. And we can take that rating and then use it to figure out where earthquakes originated. Let's go back to our map. And let's say we have some data that says in Arizona, they felt the earthquake at a level 8. It was really, really strong in Arizona. Over in Colorado, they felt it at a level 6. And then down here in Texas, let's say they felt it at a level 4. So we would draw circles around those based on how strong that was felt. So we'll do our biggest circle in the one that was felt the strongest. So here in Arizona, we felt our earthquake at a 10. Our second biggest one, over in Colorado, they felt their earthquake we felt ours in Arizona at an 8. So then over in Colorado, they felt theirs at a 6, we said. And down in Texas, theirs was not as strong. They felt theirs at a 4. And I don't know if you guys can see, I'm centering these circles over our hotspot dots to make sure that we are trying to figure out in an even circle around where it was felt, where it might have originated. So we know that it didn't originate in any one of these 3 places. That's why we're drawing the circles around them to figure out where they overlap. They overlap right here in the middle between the 3 of them. And I'm going to move my big epicenter dot. That is where our earthquake likely occurred because we're triangulating, which means we found 3 different places where they felt the earthquake, drew circles depending on different size circles depending on how strongly they felt it, and then we found where it originated. And we could check up on this. If this were a real earthquake, we could go to where this is on the map. It'd be like northwest Texas, that upper corner. We could go and look at their news and see if they felt like a really, really strong level 10 earthquake, then that is our epicenter. And it makes sense that the other places surrounding it felt the earthquake as well, but not as strong. We'll go back to our earthquake frequency calculator. I obviously went way off the rails with how strong that this earthquake would be. I can't imagine us ever getting a level 10 earthquake in northern Texas with the way that our Earth is right now. but I like that this infographic shows us in comparison to some other earthquakes that have happened at those levels. So notable earthquakes. This one does not have Pompeii on it, but probably the most famous one that you guys might know of is in the early 1900s, 1905, San Francisco had a pretty strong earthquake that really messed up their city. That was at a level 8. So when we talked about Phoenix feeling a level 8 earthquake, that would be a pretty severe earthquake that would cause, it says, a large loss of life. So that is both how we measure how strong earthquakes are and how we figure out where they originated. Thank you guys for watching.